Hey guys, welcome to the Desk of Doom. That is what I am now calling this, supposedly a desk. Anywho, so at Christmas, or for Christmas, my mum and dad, they bought me this Kipling 100 pencil case. And when I posted it on Instagram, a couple of people said that they'd like to see like what I'm going to put in it, like what's in my pencil case. And I've held off until now because it's taken me a little while to kind of like set it up and put things in it and kind of really work out what I want to have in it and keep in it and all of that thing. So I thought I'd do that today. And also, it wasn't that long ago that I did a what's in my pencil case, I don't think. I can't remember. I'm lose track of time. So yeah, I was trying to space it out a bit. So this is the Kipling 100. I can't remember what the design of this one's called, but it's kind of spacey. It was a limited edition one. I have coveted a Kipling 100 case for ages, and it was on my Christmas list, and my parents bought it for me, and it's awesome. And it has a little monkey, the Kipling monkey keychain on there, which is really cute. I don't have 100 pencils in here, or 100 pens. You're going to see that in a minute. So it's a zip around, but I've unzipped it just for ease of this video. So the only downside when you open it is this bit kind of like does flop down, so that's okay, but for general use. But I'm just gonna like pop a couple of these watercolor blocks under there just so that you can see it a bit straighter. So we'll start on the left side. This is kind of like the hubbub. This is like my most used things really. I've coveted this pencil case for so long, but I have to say that I do like it, don't get me wrong, I do really like it and I do use it. I can store a lot in here, but equally there are some things about it that I'm a bit like, oh, okay. The biggest thing is these elastics that these pens are in is really, really tight. And I mean, these aren't that thicker pens, you know, but the elastic is really quite tight, and it is quite a squash and a squeeze to get some of those in there. Yeah, so I kind of, when I'm having a drawing sesh, I tend to just will take my pen out, but I won't put it back in. I'll kind of put it back in right at the very end. And or actually, most of the time, this does just sit on my desk, this pencil case. So sometimes I'll just chuck it in loose on top, and then I'll only poke them back in once, you know, if I'm going out of the house or anything. So let me take you through what is in here. So right on the very edge here, this is a little eraser. I'm just trying to think of this, the Tombow Mono Zero. And it is really, really titchy tiny. So I very rarely use it, but it's perfect if you're doing something like really minuscule and you just want to like get into that tiny little, you know, I don't know what I'm doing here, like tiny little bit just to erase something. So very rarely use that. I just wanted to get that out and show you, but see what I mean? Like trying to get it back in there. I've got the Pilot G2 pen in 07. I love writing with this pen. I do use this quite a bit in my planner, but currently I've got one of these Edding handwriters in my planner, but I didn't want to lose this, so I've just kept it nicely in there. It is water soluble though, so I don't tend to use that for any like illustration work. I have the Edding handwriter pen, which I absolutely love for handwriting, for writing. So I've kept this in here for like writing in journals and that kind of thing. I have got quite a few Edding pens in here because you'll know that I was very kindly sent a load of Edding things to use and to create for sharing on their social media and stuff, and I do genuinely really like the products, so they have made the cut. They are in the pencil case, you know. So yeah, the handwriting pen, really, really lovely for writing. I've got the Edding Fine Liner, which I haven't used that much. It is a really, really nice pen for illustrating and writing with. The only reason I don't use it that much is because it is water soluble, and so I tend to sort of not use it that often, because I tend to draw something and then I'll ink it and then sometimes I'll leave it and sometimes I'll colour it in, and I don't always know what I'm going to be colouring it in with, you know. So if I'm using watercolour or something, I tend to steer clear of it, but I do like it. It is a really smooth drawing pen. I have the Edding, these are also like fine liners, I think they call them. These are waterproof once the water's gone down. Once they've dried, they are waterproof, so they are really nice pens to work with. Again, really beautiful for drawing with. This pencil I received in a scrawler box. I was sent a scrawler box a good year or more ago, and this pencil was in it, and it has lasted me like all this time, and it is brilliant. So I need to find out where I can get another one from, because I don't know how much more lead is in here, but it is beautiful and beautifully weighted, and just a really lovely pencil. Is it Koh-i Noir? Is that the brand? I really don't know which bit is the brand or how you pronounce it or anything, but yeah, I'm gonna see if where I can find some more of those from. I have another Edding pen. I have the brush pen. It's a really good for doing like brush lettering and things. Okay, so then we come on to like more of the illustration pens. I've kind of put all the Edding ones together, so I kind of like know where they are. This one is the Uni Ball Eye. Now this one was always my go-to pen for like the longest time, and it is fairly waterproof. Sometimes it does let me down though if it's too wet, is the only trouble. And that was my like a go-to pen for a long time, until I came across these. So I came across the Uni Pen Fine Lines, and this is predominantly what I use now for all like my illustration work. They are 100% waterproof, and so I've got various sizes there. I've got the 0.1, 0.5, 0.2, I think that's 0.8. Yes, they're not in size order, but does not bother me. I tend to be a 0.5 girl. I don't tend to use many of the other sizes, but they are in there in case I want to. And these two from Staedtler are the Pigment Liners. I've got a 0.3 and a 0.5. Very recent acquisitions. They came in my National Stationery Week PR box. The ink in them is brown, and I've never illustrated with brown ink before, but they are slowly becoming a bit of a favourite. So they've gone into the pencil case. They've made it in. Okay, on this side I've just got a gold skeleton binder clip, because sometimes they're useful to have. I've got a set of highlighters here. These highlighters I was given in the Mrs. Brimble's Happy Place on Facebook, the Secret Santa we did this year. They are beautiful, and I was very excited to receive these from my Secret Santa. Thank you. They are pastel and they are glittery, and they are really glittery. They are lovely. I do love them. I don't know what brand they are, but you know, they are Japanese, I think. But they are really glittery. Have I got anything I can show you? Here we go. If you can pick up. I don't know if the camera picks it up very well, but they are very glittery, and they are lovely. So I have those in here. I don't use them very often, I have to admit, but I do like having them in here because I know where they are. I've got a aqua brush filled with India ink in black, which I do like to use for drawing and things now and then, particularly pattern making. I have a Pentel aqua brush with a little bit of water in. They don't really fit in here. As you can see, these are so big that they've stretched the elastic, so I can't put any other pens like in between them. But you know, hey ho, I know they're in here. And then I've got two of the Jane Davenport paint over pens in like my two favourite colours. And then flipping it over, this bit is where you're supposed to keep like the rest of your like pens and things, pencils, but I don't. You can see what I have got in here. For some reason my glue is missing. I don't know where my glue is. I normally have a glue stick in here. Where that glue stick is beyond me. There's two things in this house that seem to go missing of mine all the time. One is glue sticks and the other one are rubbers. So I have two rubbers in my pencil case because, as I said, rubbers just seem to like go walkies in my house. I have got my two go-to Posca paint pens in black and white. These are the medium, I believe, but I use these like all the time. I have got a little Derwent travel spray bottle of water for, you know, spritzing. Now these two are in my pencil case, but I have yet to use them. They are Posca paint pens, so the same paint pens like the poster paint, but they are brush tipped. And I have yet to use them. I couldn't quite work out how to get the paint into the brush. I know, complete idiot I am. But yeah, they're in my pencil case and waiting to be experimented with. A pair of scissors, just because like if I'm on the go, I like to have some scissors. A couple of paint brushes, because look how perfectly these fit in. Perfect, perfect, perfect. These are short-handled. They are the Daler Rowney Graduate Range, a 6 and a 10. I have this little stencil if I want to do anything in my journal. I was gifted this a long time ago. And then lastly, I have this little paint palette which you saw me create. I did do a video on YouTube with doing this. I mixed up my own watercolours and made up a little paint palette. It's really nice and thin, slim. It's got most of the colours in that I could possibly need when I'm out and about, and it just fits in there perfectly. The like these little Prima watercolours tins, sometimes I will like pop them in as well, because you can get those in, and it all fits in, you know. Fits in quite lovely. So yeah, that's kind of what I have. That's exactly what I have in my pencil case. And as I said, this like sits on my desk and it's usually unzipped and open, and I can like access all the stuff really easily. I don't have like loads of, as you see, like loads of pencils and pens in there. This is like pretty much all I use. I do have Prismacolors, but I don't very often use them. I do need to use them more. I want to use them more, and like pro markers and things, you know, but they tend to be in their own like container. I don't use them all that often. So yeah, that is what is in my pencil case. Sorry you've had to wait so long, but you know, I hope you've enjoyed having a look at what's in that bad boy. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.